de la cintura para arriba. Yo quiero una play limpia. Escúchame, cuídate. ¿Listos? Vámonos. Go.
I'm not so sure that Diego Corrales even speaks Spanish.
He may not.
He doesn't.
How did Tony do there, Jaime?
He did very well.
Very good. Well, every time I've seen Jose Luis Castillo fight, it looks like it was the same fight we saw the time before. Start slow, subtle change in the momentum, start wearing down his opponent, and beat him up at the end. Will that hold again tonight?
He is a warrior in the truest sense. Pressure, 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 and he's never been down. Corrales hopes to change that. Chico Corrales, the WBO champion, is in the white trunks with red trim. Jose Luis Castillo is in the red trunks with the gold trim, and we're scheduled for 12. Alan Masvidal with Rich Murata on hand, and Jaime Mota.
I think we're seeing right away from Chico Corrales, very quick jab. Very strong jab. He's throwing a strong jab out there to try to slow the movement forward of Jose Luis Castillo.
And there's been so much build up to this fight, you just know they're so anxious to get out there and get it going. A right hook whistles by the chin of Castillo. Corrales applying the pressure. Coming back off the ropes.
Keep in mind that Jose Luis Castillo has been fighting a lot, has been very active. He is razor sharp. Chico Corrales has not fought since last August. He might have a little bit of rustiness here tonight. Possible. We'll see.
Of course, if you ask him about that, he's not concerned at all. Tony Weeks steps in. Issues a little bit of instruction there.
Diego Corrales threw that right hand a little tight, it looked like. Now, many of you might be wondering why Corrales is staying close to Castillo here. Corrales likes to fight inside, even with his height. He likes to be an inside fighter, but now Castillo begins to get to him a little.
Castillo just hammering the uppercuts.
Castillo starting a little faster than normal.
Exactly. I think he's heard us say every fight how he starts slow. Crowd chanting Castillo, Castillo.
Castillo was quoted before the fight as saying that he wanted to test Corrales' punching power. He wanted to see if he could actually hurt him, knock him down, or even knock him out.
Good body punch.
Well, they're
Diego Corrales.
They are throwing hard here. These are rock-like blows here in the first round. Forget the feeling out process.
Well, like I said, they were both so anxious to get this thing going. I'm not shocked they came out throwing like this in the first round. For months and months we've been talking about it. It's been hype, now it's down to business. And both fighters know what they're doing. Combinations for Corrales, throwing 3 hard hooks in a row. The back hits Castillo. Back to the body. Castillo, left hook.
Wow. Now that action speaks for itself.
Not much you can add. Whoa, not much you can add to that.
Feel good? That was a beautiful round. You got to make sure that chin is buried every time you start banging with them. Now that left hook is working good on the inside and the body shots are working good. Feint a little bit more at that jab. He's looking to counter your jab with that right hand. He's going to come with that eventually. All right? But I'll tell you what, nice turns on him. You were scoring first. You saw whatever he was throwing. You had your eyes on him, good. Just don't let him get those sucker shots in every so often. Like
Terrific action in round one. Jose Luis Castillo and Diego Chico Corrales mixing it up. You see Castillo there effective, landing that looping right hand. And a nice left hook there. Both fighters landed clean punches though.
Let's go, Joe.
In round number one. Wow.
It's only going to heat up more. Round 2 scheduled for 12. Chico Corrales in the right crunch comes right out behind the left hook. And the left jab. Castillo in the red trunks.
The first round, very hard one to score. I gave it to Corrales based on a higher connect volume, I think, but Castillo, I thought, shook him up a little about 15 seconds before the end of the round with a little left hook inside.
Well, you can put him in a phone booth right now.
Castillo, Corrales not fighting an outside fight. He's willing to go inside with Castillo.
I would think Castillo's very comfortable with this because he's throwing those body shots with that long, lanky body of Corrales, and that's what you want to do when you're fighting a tall fighter. You want to chop him down with the body shot. Oh, the uppercut just got Corrales.
Well, Corrales is having success on the outside and with the jab. Why he's willing to stay in here? I know he's comfortable fighting inside, and he's a good inside fighter, but this might be suicide with Castillo.
Castillo's loving it. Lucid toe, Corrales to keep that chin down and buried. Well, they got unburied with an uppercut. Toe to toe, head to head, shoulder to shoulder. This is the work that Corrales has chosen.
Can he beat Castillo at Castillo's game? It's a mano-a-mano battle.
Well worked with Corrales. They're wasting a lot of real estate in there with all that ring they don't use. Boy, let's just stand and wheel away, fellas. Corrales has gone into Castillo's house and just landed a combination on the chin.
I think that's the first time I can remember Castillo being staggered by a punch. Even though it was just a momentary wobble.
Corrales has tremendous punching power from short range. There's another punch, the right hand.
He's moving Castillo back.
I've never seen that. Gotta watch out for the headbutts. Final 10 seconds of a close right toe. Corrales lets the hands go.
Brilliant stuff from two great fighters.
Exactly what they said they were going to do.
Bajando las dos manos. No le des mucha iniciativa.
That initiative.
Trabájalo con las dos manos y abajo.
Working with both hands.
Trabaja dos upper y remata abajo.
2 uppercuts and then down low.
I thought Castillo early in the round was in control of things. He had a great first minute of the round. There you see that ripping uppercut, and you saw Castillo's head fly back. Later on in the round, Castillo began answering back and letting his hands go on the inside, willing to fight Castillo, and Castillo's turf inside. And Corrales at the end of the round was getting the better of it.
Seconds out. Going to round 3, and psychologically, guys, how do you think that works when Castillo sees he's coming in? There's Eric El Caribe Morales, seeing a great fight. That's that show he just put on here in Vegas. But psychologically, the guy comes in your house and starts whipping you. That's got to work on you a little bit.
That's definitely got to be playing some head games with Castillo right about now.
Let's see if Corrales maybe tries to switch up again, Alan, and go back outside. The way that he started the fight.
He just landed 2 good combinations there. Tony Weeks breaking him up. Watch the head. It can happen. Quick punches on the inside from Corrales. Applying the pressure.
Out.
Castillo's going to have to land the uppercut.
Corrales actually said this week, we're both going to suffer a lot of pain. I'm really looking forward to that.
That's why they do what they do.
That's why they're in there and we're not.
Good combination again from Corrales. I don't think Castillo's ever felt a punch as hard from that distance.
Plus, Corrales is showing great speed with his punches, too. He was ripping those punches inside. I'll say this, Jose Luis Castillo appeared to me on a number of occasions to be headed to defeat. but he has such a great will to win. But you just never know when the fight's going to turn with him.
He's taking some hard shots to the head. He's got to find the range. There's the uppercut. I've been telling you, it's his best chance. Right there again. Unbelievable action.
Corrales doesn't look like he's defending too well against that uppercut. Gonna have to keep an eye on that, Allen. That was a good call by you because he ripped it 4 times in there and Corrales couldn't block any of it.
Now the right hand for Castillo. And the uppercut from the left hand. Another right hand uppercut. Uppercut. Chopping right. Body punches both ways. Left hook for Castillo. Castillo coming on.
It's Hagler Hearns at 135 pounds. This is everything anyone could have hoped for.
They were willing to do it.
Castillo beginning to get his bearings in there, get his feet on the ground, and really ripping the punches with great power.
He's right where he wants to be. Working the right hand into the left hook. Corrales has an excellent left hook. We've seen it before. Now back to Castillo back a little bit. Castillo steps back, throws punches.
I'll say this, Diego Corrales is not fighting tall in this fight. He's got his head right on the shoulder of Jose Luis Castillo. That's right in Castillo's wheelhouse, man.
Very effective punches for Castillo right at the end of the round.
Much better round for Jose Luis Castillo and a bruising underneath the eye of Corrales.
That's what you get when you stand in there.
What you got to start doing is turning him a little bit more now, Diego. Okay?
And a cut.
The only thing he's catching with a little bit is that uppercut. Right when you go to the left hand of the body, he's throwing the right uppercut off of it. So what you got to do is you got to double up. Once you throw that left hook to the body, you got to double up underneath.
The third round was mostly all Jose Luis Castillo. Look at the uppercut. He landed 4 in succession, actually. You saw that first one. There's another one, and he hooked off of that uppercut. And Corrales is going to have to develop some defense against it, or he's going to have to step outside and fight an outside fight. Now, Corrales boxed Joel Casamayor from the outside in their second fight. Will he adapt and go outside here? He had a rough third round.
He's cut, he's swollen. He needs to get out of there and go back outside and use his range. I mean, I know he was so determined to prove something tonight, but don't be stupid while you're trying to do it. Got a great round for Castillo, and here we go again, round 4. Hold on, folks, don't blink, you might miss something. Diego back outside.
This might be better for him, a jabbing outside attack, but he committed early to an inside fight. Maybe can Corrales win the fight the way that he's been fighting so far?
Well, it seems like he's taking the punches well so far. That's the key. If at any point in this fight, Castillo hurts Corrales, then I think that's where the tide will turn. But you have to wonder whether, if they both keep up this pace, if Castillo...
There's that left hand, I told you about it.
If Castillo's going to be able to maintain this pace, especially because he had a little bit of a weight problem going into the weigh-in yesterday.
Well, I'll say this much. He always finishes stronger and gets stronger.
There's 2 fighters I know of, Erik Morales and Jose Luis Castillo, who at the weigh-in the day before always looked like a zombie, like death warmed over.
Emaciated.
And then the next day, magically, it's a different guy.
Okay, here we go again. Corrales right back in. Nice combination. And Castillo comes back. Lands a right hand of his own. It's a little hard to keep up with at times, guys, because you take your pick and something's being thrown every second.
There's blood on the left side of the face now of Jose Luis Castillo, so he may be cut as well. This is a punch-out, baby.
A hurting business.
There's a headbutt.
Diego steps back.
Blood is dripping down the left side of the face of Jose Luis Castillo.
That's been a problem in his career. He's prone to cut, but he'll go right with it. Right hand from the Castillo side. What a pace. Round 4. They might knock each other out at the same time. Good left hand for Castillo.
It was in this very round, in this very ring, remember, and nobody better than Corrales was involved in a hellacious fight with Joel Casamayor, where they were both knocked down, and Corrales was stopped on cuts.
Respira duro. Ahora cuando le ponga la medicina no le tiren agua, ¿eh? Accidente, okay.
That cut might be outside the eye enough to not be a big problem, at least right now. Both fighters mixing it up. You see Castillo beginning. Check out, watch that right hand, and that opens the cut. It's definitely a punch that opened that cut. I'm not sure how Mark Ratner, the executive director of the Nevada State Athletic Commission and the referee saw it.
I'm being told it was called a headbutt.
It was being called a headbutt?
It was not. It was not. That's unfortunate. Not a headbutt.
Time. Get over here. Come here. Hey. Come here. Wipe. Hey, mira. Wipe some of the grease off.
Tony Weeks, the referee, wants him to take some of the grease off of that cut.
Bueno. Okay. Here we go. Time in. Let's go.
Here we go. Round 5, folks. It has been everything we expected and more. 400 or 500 members of the boxing media here tonight to see this classic matchup. I haven't seen the esteemed editor of the LA Times Sports section, Bill Dwyer, over there. He comes out rarely. When he comes, it's a big fight. Firing away. Castillo now moving Corrales back across the ring. Both fighters with cuts now, although not serious at this point.
I thought Corrales was able to regain some momentum in that last round again after being so badly beaten in the third.
Hard body punch for Castillo.
Yeah, and you know something? Corrales took a step back and seemed to have to kind of collect himself after that left hook to the body.
That was stiff. Now he's on the outside. Corrales has decided to go to work out here. Good counter for Castillo. If it gets in there, look for the uppercut from Castillo. He landed one solid one at the end of the last round.
Both fighters have landed a ton of body punches. This is going to be an enervating fight. I think Jaime Moto is right in saying that this is a fight of attrition, and who's ever going to rope down the stretch is going to make a big difference.
Right hand for Corrales. Crowd chanting Castillo, Castillo.
Neither man wants to cut off the exchange.
What makes them great fighters? You have to love what you do. Left hand for Corrales. Both fighters absorbing the punches. Corrales more effective from the outside. Still sticking his hand in there.
That was just a little left tap from Jose Luis.
Blood trickling down the side of Jose Luis Castillo's face. Now Castillo's on the ropes to see what Corrales can do.
Corrales might want to take a step back here and let his long arms go to work.
Exactly, but he's not. He's doing what Castillo wants him to do. He just come on in here and play. 10 seconds left. Well, these are quick rounds, aren't they? so good.
That cut is getting bigger.
El corte no es nada. Olvídate del corte.
Forget about the cut. It's nothing.
The line is a part of boxing also.
Un poquito de grasa en la cara, Chipitín.
Tienes que trabajar más por dentro, Luis. Mira, eso no, pero estás tirando mucho al lado izquierdo, te olvidaste la derecha.
All right, good action. Castillo coming forward, and Corrales doing an effective job of countering the miss of Castillo there. Inside fighting. I'd say 75% of this fight has been fought inside. Amazing you can see as many ripping, significant punches in an inside fight. This is grueling stuff.
It's a brutal fight.
This is what I call a cruel fight.
We're in round 6, scheduled for 12. Diego Corrales in the white trunks with the bloodstains on the front.
I have Castillo trailing, as I almost always do after 5 rounds of his fights.
Exactly.
But let's see if he starts getting his usual second wind at this point.
There's the uppercut. It's effective when Diego stands right there. It should be noted that Castillo is no stranger to cuts. He will fight right through them. The commissioner has ruled that that was an accidental headbutt rather than a punch, but we know otherwise, but he doesn't have replay.
Well, of course, all that means is if the fight stopped because of that, we'll go to the scorecards, and Corrales would not get the award of a TKO victory. He might still win it on a decision if that was the case, but he would not get a TKO win.
Still grinding and grinding. Little right hand was effective for Corrales. It was a war of attrition right on the belt line. Sticking those punches in there.
You mentioned that he tries to emulate Julio Cesar Chavez, and that's what he's doing with those bodies, those blows to the body.
Even if you think of Chavez in his fight with Mildred Taylor, falling way behind on the points, but gradually, little by little, he was breaking him down. I knew that Corrales would fight some of his fight inside tonight because he loves to fight inside, but I just didn't think he would commit to it to this extent.
It's a battle of wheels. It's a battle of just who's got it at the end to be able to take the punishment. Hard punches from both sides.
Both of these guys are incredible warriors. I can remember in this ring when Corrales got stopped by Joel Casamayor because his tongue was cut terribly, his lip was cut terribly, he was a bloody mess. But he was begging the doctor, Margaret Goodman, to give him one more round. Give me one more round. Neither of these two looks for the easy way out.
Oh my, they're heating up now. Final 15 seconds of round 6. Round flying by. Castillo landing the more accurate punches.
Corrales a little wobbly here.
Corrales is wobbly. He's getting hammered. But Castillo did a good job of finishing. Wow.
That's right on time for Jose Luis Castillo. You can almost count on it in every fight. Round 6 is where he comes back.
Jack, let's go to boxing some more, Chief. Let's box a little more, baby.
You gotta box him. He's gonna start putting on the pressure a little bit, Diego. But you gotta suck it up right here, baby. This is what's gonna separate the two of us right here, Diego. You understand? Because if you don't listen to me. What's that?
Let's get the boxing. Jack.
No, here's the thing, Diego. If you get,
I wasn't hurt.
I know that.
Right.
I know that.
Right.
But you cannot leave your hands spread apart, Diego.
Right.
And you cannot let him out punch you if he takes.
A big round for Jose Luis Castillo in round number 6. The WBC champion, even though he had a big round, he still had to eat some punishment. But by the end of the round, he was dominating. And we saw that slight wobble from Diego Corrales. So did Castillo, and then he poured it on.
Wow. Okay, folks, round 7, and here we go.
Did you hear Corrales in the corner? I wasn't hurt. I wasn't hurt.
I think he was. Round 7. Rounds flying by. Corrales let the hands go a little bit on the outside, which he needs to do. He needs to keep those gloves together like he was told in his corner and let it go. Because he's getting out-punched on the inside. Back comes Castillo. Pouring in. It's the 7th round. It's Castillo time.
Castillo's left eye looks like it's closing.
That's a bad shot.
That's right, you can see the lid coming down. It's slamming shut from the top down.
Corrales needs to go after that.
I would suggest that Jose Luis Castillo probably won't have another fight in 60 days after this one.
I guarantee you.
He may not be off the couch in 60 days. Now they're back inside. Diego running on that eye. Right hand, right on that bad eye.
And a chopping right hand by Corrales with that famed Corrales power. And Castillo stood there and took it. Castillo still doing that work to the body, trying to break down Corrales.
Right on the belt line. Right hand for Castillo. Left hand for Castillo. Snapping back the head of Corrales. Castillo patient, gripping the shots back inside, but getting the opportunity. Coming straight up, like right there.
And Corrales' left eye seems to be getting swollen shut.
And Castillo is doing work in this round that will pay off for him in later rounds.
Good combination for Chico Corrales.
Jaime, you're right. Corrales' eye is almost shut now on the left side.
Both are going to be one-eyed fighters.
It looks to me like he's swelling up from underneath the cheekbone up, and Castillo's eye is shutting from the top down, where the lid is coming down.
Diego unleashing. Back comes Castillo.
Descuides, güey, ese güey no está muerto, no lo pienses que está muerto, vivo.
Don't let him go.
Nene,
This guy's almost dead.
Con la derecha no ve nada. Si está muy pegado, no se puede meter. Ya vieron de haberle cruzado de derecha que no la ve.
He doesn't see the right hand.
Yeah, water, quick.
Oh boy, that's bad. That is bad. Look at that.
Hey, get to him with the jab, Chico. Give me a towel.
Both fighters had their moments. Castillo was owning the round. I mean, he owned the first 2.5 minutes of the round. He was doing great work to the body especially. But at the end of the round, Corrales, with that left hook, look at those knees dip.
Whoa.
Let's go, Joe.
And I think that Corrales will win the round on the judges' cards because of that punch. This is professional boxing, folks. It's that type of effective punching that counts, not necessarily the number of punches. Castillo
goes right to right. Corrales goes right to right. And then back comes the right hand of Castillo. They're both bloody, they're both swollen, and they're both flowing.
I'll tell you, whatever they're getting paid, the promoters ought to give them a bonus.
Castillo's not done by any stretch. That's a bad swollen left eye of Corrales. Who has the will? Who has the attack? Right hand from Corrales. Castillo still wobbled from the last round. What the heart of a champion. We talk about a warrior. Both have to reach down deep now. Left hand for Corrales. The crowd goes crazy. Oh my goodness, folks. Low blow.
Tony Weeks was not in position to see it. He never saw it. Now Corrales has to be careful to not utilize all of his energy here at the beginning of the round. But he's trying to make something significant happen right now.
You talked about an agony fighter. This is an agony fight from another point. It's an agony to watch this guy take so much punishment.
It is painful to watch. Who will survive this onslaught? Hard punches on each side. Uppercut from Castillo. Both fighters trying to grab a breath of air. Left hook for Corrales. How much can Castillo take? What a man. What a man. There's the combination for the champ, Castillo.
I think he hurt Corrales a little there.
I think we both hurt. My goodness.
They may both be fighting through a fog right now.
Long way to go in this fight. But they have given it everything they have. Round 8.
Castillo still effective inside. Corrales in trouble.
Trouble, good trouble. Castillo trying to finish up. Corrales finds a way to stay there. Mouthpiece flies. The mouthpiece flies out.
Castillo nearly got dropped again. Can it get any better than this? I can't believe what we're watching.
Let's go. Here we go. Time in. Let's go.
Corrales' eyes are on the verge of exploding from swelling. What a round, round 8. Corrales' eyes shut, guys.
Corrales is definitely in bad shape right now.
And that's what Castillo does to you. He rips you apart.
Suck it up, baby.
9, 10, 11, 12. You got 4 rounds. Do not stop on me. Do you understand? It's about you or him right now. Let me have the info. Info, quick.
Okay, can you shut down?
Where's the fucking info?
A little bit. Get on the jab. Don't never stop walking to
Look,
him.
let me just tell you something. Smother him. Keep your head off to the side. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, he can, Doc. Okay, hey, Diego, look at me. You only got 12 minutes, 10 minutes left in this fight. If you really want this.
An amazing, amazing fight. Castillo at his best here, knocking the mouth.
Seconds out.
Almost knocking the mouthpiece out there. Corrales answered back with right there, completely wobbled Castillo, only to see Castillo come back again. I just can't imagine it being any better than this.
I think the clock is ticking on Corrales' left eye. Doctor's really checking it out. Can he survive 4 more? Can Castillo survive 4 more? Who can survive this, period? Not many human beings.
This is one of the most grueling fights I have ever witnessed.
Grueling and brutal and painful for these guys.
Well, Castillo just leaped with that right hand into the body. Bleeding again now from the eye is Castillo.
That cuts Corrales. Some nice punches.
Well, that little short left hook of Corrales inside is doing damage. And he lands it to the head.
Maybe one of his best punches. Corrales fighting basically with one eye now.
He's trying to set up for it here. He's shifting his leverage over to that left side so he can unload the left hook.
I'm surprised we haven't had more of those. Left hook for Castillo.
Oh, that's very low. He may take a point now.
Okay. Minute.
He's not going to take a point. Wow. See if Corrales answers with his own low blow.
That hits him with a right hand. A combination. Another right hand. Left hook. Castillo staggered. Oh my goodness. What a heart. Both fighters, what heart, what determination. I've never seen anything like it. You won't get a better fight.
This fight stands right there with Arguello Pryor, Thriller Manila, Ali Frazier 3 for being grueling, cruel punishment handed out by both men.
Morales won
over a long period of time, right?
Not a good spot for Corrales to be in right there. He's getting picked up to death here. Big right hand right at the end of the round. Right at the end of the round. Look at Castillo. Oh my goodness. How can they go 3 more, guys?
stamina. These guys have a ton of
Exacto.
Era 1-2 y ópera.
Use your uppercut.
¿Me entendiste, Castillito? De afuera, si no la ves, todo lo que le tirás de afuera no lo ves.
Tira recto,
Everything that you throw from the outside, he can't see.
Tira recto.
All right, take a look. The action, unbelievable. That right hand had Castillo going backwards. It looked as though Castillo was the man that was closing the round strong, and then Corrales got the last shot in right before the bell. A tremendous right, one of the best punches of the fight. That is where Castillo was coming on. There was an obvious low blow. There you see it in the round.
Let's go, seconds out.
2 warnings from Tony Weeks in the same round.
Come on, Joe.
Tony doesn't want this thing to be decided because he took the point away as close as it is. I think it's better to err on the side of caution, as long as it's not, as long as it's not a really severe low blow that's got him bent over and has to stop. I just hate to see points taken away on that.
But if there's another one, I think he will be taken.
I think he will. You're right. Corrales, despite his... Oh, there goes Corrales. A shot. Accurate. Left hook to the face. 4. For Castillo. 5. Will he get up?
6, 7, 8. Come to me, come to me. You all right? You want to continue? Okay, here we go. Time. Come in.
His mouthpiece was knocked out. He'll get a few extra seconds
Put it
here.
in. Put it in.
Joe Goosen smartly, very slowly putting it back in. There's a 1-punch knockdown. Corrales in deep trouble, obviously.
He's in big trouble. I think he's done.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come here, come here. You all right? You all right? I'm gonna penalize you, taking 1 point off. Time.
Now this is really becoming a huge round for Castillo. He's taking a point away from Castillo from Corrales for spitting out the mouthpiece. They're losing the mouthpiece twice.
He didn't even know what happened.
Here we go. Time in,
This
let's
will
go.
be a 10-6 round then.
Could be.
He didn't know he dropped the mouthpiece. He didn't know it. Boy, Castillo looking to finish this thing up. Corrales, a desperate fighter. And a right hand from Corrales staggers Castillo. Oh my goodness. Can he survive this? A left hook, Castillo's dragging left again. Both fighters. But Castillo won't go down. He's never been down.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this.
Left hook by Corrales. Castillo's wobbly. Wow, here comes Corrales. Unbelievable! 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 Diego Corrales comes back in a round he was has ever seen anything like that.
My heart is pumping so fast right now, I'll tell you.
Oh my goodness. This is a 10-6 round. He was tied to 5 points.
Es lo que le estoy diciendo que se presentó.
We just seen the fight of the year, fight of the decade, fight of the century. I don't know how anything could ever top what we just witnessed.
Savage. Best lead on it.
That was the greatest display of courage by two men
I've ever seen in the ring. You talked about Ali Frazier. You talked about Barrera Morales. Nothing like this. Nothing like this. Two great warriors. All due respect to both of you men in their ring tonight.
And thank you for getting my first Warriors test. Tell him he'll always have my respect. I will always love for the fight he gave me. Stay here.
My God, you tell him that there is no loser in this fight. These are two great champions, and everyone here saw that. There is no loser.
Well, it was just unbelievable. Let's take a look at the first knockdown. As you can see, Corrales badly hurt. His eye completely closed. Taking a beating, and down he goes.
Chico!
We were wondering if he'd be able to get up. Left hook, down he went. You can see the pain on his face. He barely beat the count on that one. But then somehow, some way, he turned it around after the second knockdown. And it came with one big shot. Now, after this knockdown, by the way,
I didn't think he was getting up, Rich.
after the second knockdown, he had trouble getting up. He barely beat the 10 count. But then look at this. He wobbles Castillo a little bit, and then he hits him that left hook. And Corrales realized that he had a man hurt in front of him, even though he was badly hurt. Referee Tony Weeks stepped in, stopped the fight, and that was it.
Castillo's eyes are rolling back in his head. Good stoppage, Tony.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Good stoppage, Tony.
And there's just a couple of few fans who are actually booing. I can't imagine, I can't conceive even of what they're booing about.
It's disgusting that they would do any of this. There are no losers. I cannot fathom, can't understand what we just saw.
All right, the judges had the fight scored 87-84, 87-84 for Corrales. Two judges
Savage,
for
baby.
Castillo.
You a savage!
Let's do that again. Two judges had it scored for Corrales, one by 1 point, one by 3 points, and one judge had Castillo in front.
But you just had, if you survived that round, a 10-6 round, and they would have turned these cards all the way around. And if Castillo had survived that round, it would have wiped out the 3-point lead in that one. He would have been in position to lose the last 2 rounds if he could have survived that round.
First time I've ever seen media people applauding at the end of a fight.
You have to. You have to.
I believe what the fans were booing about was the second knockdown, and they showed it on the big screen. Corrales spinning out the mouthpiece and buying a few extra seconds in the corner. Here's Jimmy Lennon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 2 minutes, 6 seconds in round number 10. Our referee in charge, Tony Weeks, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout. He is now the WBC and the WBO lightweight champion of the world, Diego Chico Corrales.
WBO Latino Championship, 10 rounds. Good luck. Touch him up, come out of the bell.
All right, so we're set to go. All the anticipation is in the books now, because now it's time for the fight. Mike Alvarado, decked out in turquoise, undefeated, 33-0, 23 KOs. Brandon Rios, undefeated, 30 wins, 21 knockouts. As Michael Buffer said, someone's always got to go. We'll find out tonight. Here we go.
Oh my God, here we go.
Round number 1. Both guys came out of their corners fairly quickly. Third man in the ring. That is Pat Russell, one of the very best referees in the state of California. One of the best in the world, as a matter of fact. He's a Hall of Famer. And he's a good one. He'll tell us if there are any problems. Mostly white in the trunks of Bam Bam Brandon Rios, former WBA World Lightweight champ. Moving up from 35 to 140. Had trouble making 135, but no trouble making 40. He wants to win this Latino Super Lightweight Championship at 140 pounds and then go on and win a world title. Mike Alvarado has the same sight set. Has anybody taken any advantage so far? They're just back and forth here. Both guys box.
So far, you know, Alvarado, it looks like he's trying to box like he said he was going to try to do. And Brandon Rios is doing his usual thing. He's coming forward, trying to land punches. Alvarado's trying to control it with that jab now. I think they're a little cold right now. They're a little edgy. They're not really relaxed as they're trying to do their thing here.
There's a jab. Alvarado now landing some pretty heavy stuff. Right back comes Brandon Rios. Rios banged it behind the ear. Alvarado the looping right hand. And Rios just wants to stay right in his face, right inside. Alvarado would like to get angles and hold him off with that jab. But Rios comes right through. He's planting a hard left hand.
Oh,
and another left hand. Rios has landed 2 heavy shots here in this first round. A little bit past the halfway mark in round number 1.
Watch those heads.
For 10
Watch
rounds.
your heads, Brandon.
The WBO Latino 140-pound championship at stake. Back comes Alvarado. Now it's seesawing back and forth. Both guys landing and throwing heavy shots here. Rios reaches him with the right hand that time, but it's light. Rios wants to spin into him and land another right hand. Alvarado sneaks out of there and gets the angle. Little puffiness by the right eye of Alvarado.
Yeah, he took it. That right hand was right on the nose, I think, and it's a little blood coming out of there now.
I can't tell whether it's from the eye or the nose, but it looks like the nose, and I hope it is. Both his eyes are puffy already. Rios with the hands up high doing a nice job blocking these jabs, and then he assaults him, a lunging left hand and trying to punish the body.
That's what Brandon Rios does. He's hard to hit. He keeps those hands really tight on his face, and then he's able to unleash right from that spot, which is a difficult thing to do.
Things weren't going his way when he was fighting from the outside, so immediately crouches and comes in. Comes up very well. Comes with the uppercut on the inside. Rios banging, uppercut, left hook, uppercut again. Alvarado tries to battle back, and just listen to the crowd as we go to the bell. But I'll tell you, this kid Rios, he loves his time in the ring, and he said yesterday, he told us, Carlos, he loves to get hit. I mean, when you get a guy that loves to get hit, I don't know if I want to be fighting him.
Yeah, he said that too. There was another odd thing. He said that when he tries to box, he gets tired right away. He said he just loves to come in and fighting and throwing punches. He doesn't get tired doing that, he said.
Well, you were looking at the replay. I was listening to what they were saying in the corner, and his corner was saying, trying to give him some instructions. He said, leave me alone. He says, I love this. I love this. Alvarado trying to score from outside. Again, Rios closes it up. Looking to throw that uppercut. He's landing nice hooks on the inside. Looping right hand sails over the shoulder. Back and forth they go. This crowd is definitely in favor of Brandon Rios. So anything he does, you'll hear the crowd go. Alvarado smacked him with a nice uppercut on the inside. This is just seesaw war on the inside. This is tough stuff. But there's no time at any time during the first minute of this, or the first 3 minutes of this fight, now in the 4th and 5th minute. These guys just don't stop throwing. And both of these guys have the ability to do this for 10. Wow. Alvarado looks at lands the right hand, another right hand. Rios back with the right hand of his own. He landed 2 really good shots to right, Carlos.
2 vicious right hands by Mike Alvarado, and look at this fight. These guys are going to do this for 10 rounds unless somebody gets hurt.
It's unbelievable how guys can keep going. Alvarado having a better second round than he had in the first round.
Absolutely. He's landing now a 3rd straight right hand.
And just as I say that, nice uppercut. He feinted and bounced the head back of Brandon Rios. Where has that been? Wow. What a shot that was. That surprised Brandon. Brandon looking to drop the big right hand as he has Alvarado kind of spun to his right, leaning over. And that right hand will be there. Brandon's got to be in position to land it. 2 left hooks, 1 downstairs, 1 back upstairs. I think the crowd likes this so far. Every time you throw a punch, whoa, whoa. this is something else. Seesaw back and forth. They're in that proverbial phone booth just wailing the daylights out of each other. They could have fought this in the 10-foot ring.
Oh my goodness, yeah, you know, and Mike Alvarado is fighting a little bit smarter. You know, he's starting to kind of step around and getting angles on Brandon Rios. I think that's why he's starting to land, you know, that uppercut and the right hands.
Well, he's landed heavier shots in this round, and he's kind of taken the last 10 seconds off, but let's see what goes here now. Misses the tight shot inside, catches him with the left hook. Rios nails in with the left hand. Crowd really reacts when Brandon lands something. Here's Alvarado battling to the bell. Oh, left hook. Nice left hook. I was all set to give the round to Alvarado, and then Rios lands that at the end.
Because Brandon Rios' head snapped way up in the air, and he's vulnerable for that left hook if it comes right behind that uppercut.
He certainly is, Carlos, but the amazing thing as we start round number 3 is neither one of those heavy punches seemed to take an effect on him. It didn't even bring his heels down to the canvas much to shake his legs.
Well, that's what he said. You know, he loves to fight, loves to get hit, and he can take a punch. You know.
I mean, he absolutely loves this. And the more they mix it up, the better he loves it. Alvarado showing some nice hand speed from outside, and this is where he should fight him. I mean, Alvarado is such a good fighter on the inside, but he doesn't really need to fight this guy on the inside. And his corner wants him to step around.
Don't kick him.
Well, he's doing the right thing now. You know, he's keeping the Brandon Rios outside at the end of his jab and then at the end of other punches.
Well, that first minute of the round definitely is Mike Alvarado's. They've been doing everything. Let's see, here comes Alvarado trying to keep him on the inside. But again, Carlos, Alvarado was fighting him outside. Now they come back inside. Let's see how the exchange goes on the inside. I mean, when he steps back out, he can do a nice job with that jab.
That's what he's doing. He's stepping out. He lets him kind of get comfortable in there a little bit, and then he steps outside and catches him coming in. There's the right hand again.
Right hand. Back comes Rios, but it doesn't seem to have the same power that Alvarado is landing shots with. Now he lands a couple, and right back with the left hand, and Rios just smiles at him. How frustrating is that when you land a big shot and the guy smiles at you? And his legs don't seem to go. Boy, this guy loves what he does for a living, Brandon Rios. As Alvarado has won the first 2 minutes of this fight, this round. Rios trying to come back now with shots to the body, back upstairs. Look at this guy, man. You know, it really depends on where you're sitting, too, for these judges. Getting a clean shot at someone else. Look at this. Rios starts to land shots. On the inside, Alvarado doesn't do as well as Rios does. Oh, he landed a shot as Rios came in. He walked into it.
He walked into a straight right hand, and he could take a shot, because that was a straight right hand right on the money.
Well, Alvarado has landed 3 shots that would drop most men. These guys can keep this going for the full 10 rounds, and that's what's exciting about it. Man. Again, you know, you might give Brandon Rios the last 45 seconds of that round. This is round number 4, scheduled for 10. Everybody asks the question, can they do it for a full 10? The answer is yes. They fight in every single second of every single round, and this is exactly what we expected when the top-ranked people put this fight together. And by the way, this place is jammed now.
Oh, absolutely.
Center. Everybody that bought a ticket showed up for this one. Round 4 again, Alvarado in the turquoise. Brandon Rios is in the white trunks with the American flag on one side and the Mexican flag on the other. Again, you know, Alvarado does so well from the outside.
Yeah, he said he could box. It was something, you know, sometimes he doesn't like to do it, but you know, in this kind of fight, it's really helping him to staying on the outside and just banging away.
You know, that first round where I think Rios dragged Alvarado into it quicker than he wanted to be. Alvarado's face is really puffed up, and his face still is puffy. And Brandon, even though he's walked into some hard shots, his face doesn't look marked at all. Look at this.
See, that's a nice move there. He missed it, went under a right hand and stepped around. That's what you just got to keep doing. He's got to keep moving Brandon Rios around the ring.
Rios appears for the first minute and a half of this round to be having a better fourth round than he had the third round. Although the third round is very close, almost too close to call. All these rounds are too close to call for me. Went for the uppercut. It didn't land that time. Rios trying to get inside on him, to work on the inside. That's his kitchen for this fight with Alvarado. Alvarado trying to work from out here, step around. When he comes in, be sure he throws punches in need. Rios missed quite a few shots there. Goes for the uppercut. Straight left hand again to the face of Rios. Rios is just a tough street fighter sort of guy.
And Alvarado, he's doing a really good job there. He kind of turns his shoulders to the side, so it makes it real difficult for Brandon Rios to get off, because he's trying to land uppercuts, and it makes it difficult when he's hiding kind of. Oh!
Look at these shots. That uppercut. Oh, and the right hand spun the head of Rios. How many of those hard shots can he take? And I don't think he can take them flush. Too many of them, no matter how strong he is. But by golly, he takes a whale of a shot. He came back with a left hook of his own, did Rios. And what a fight this is. Back and forth, back and forth. Look at these guys, battle to the bell. It's everything they said it would be. Here comes the bell. I don't know who you give that round to.
Round 5.
I got a point separating the two fighters. I couldn't figure out who to score the last round for. And I know the judges aren't going to score them even, but I'm going to score them even because I can't concentrate 100% on the scoring. So we'll do the best we can to lead you the way we think this fight is going, but it's close. And both guys doing extremely well. Alvarado with that right hand. That one was taken in the back of the glove of Rios, and we got to watch on that too. Oh, man, right hand shot again. What does it take? You got to ask himself, what do I have to do to drop this guy? He landed 3 solid punches, but Rios came back in that round. You know, I was set to give it to Alvarado, and then Rios came on so strong towards the end, I didn't know what to do.
He's taking some shots in this round.
Oh, man, yeah. Uppercut. Oh. Another left hand uppercut. That surprised him. Taking some real good shots. That right hand grazed the forehead, too. And I think it more than grazed the Carlos, except they're on the far side. Look at these shots that Rios is taking. Right back he comes. He gets hit and he gets an adrenaline rush. Man, this is something else. Non-stop action.
Brandon Rios wants to make this such a war that he's kind of standing squared off, and he's not able to get a lot of power on his punches when he's squared off like that. And because he just wants to be inside, he's got to turn that shoulder and turn the punches and give more power to it.
Right now, in the last about 45 seconds, it's been all Alvarado in this round. And as I say that, back comes Brandon. Then Alvarado whacks him with the right hand. Boy, Alvarado really looks strong now, doesn't he? With a little over a minute to go, and this is the 5th round of this fight.
Well, he said he thought he'd be stronger, but the way Brandon Rios is kind of muscles him when he gets inside, I'm feeling like Brandon Rios might be a little heavier tonight and maybe has a little bit more power in there.
Oh, look at this! Did you see that head snap back and forth about 3 times?
That was a vicious left hook to the last push shot that Alvarado landed.
Now this is Alvarado's best round of the fight so far. They couldn't give him the last round. It looks like this one. Oh, look at these big shots. How's Rios holding up? This is unbelievable. What a war. Rios courageously fights back after getting nailed several times. Alvarado makes this mistake in the last minute of these rounds, gets in too tight, and Rios comes on strong. But he's punch for punch with him.
He's right there, but he has nothing on his punches. He just, oh.
Mouthpiece in, Brandon.
Well, we're at the halfway point, and now what passes because we're in the 6th round of the scheduled 10-rounder. Alvarado opens up with the left hook. This is where he wants to fight the full 3 minutes out here. Smashing right hand to the left ear of Brandon Rios. Rios is not boxing at all, right? And there's no jab.
He's just walking in, you know, I don't know.
You can't walk into the kill zone like this with a guy that's as good a boxer as Alvarado. See, he wants to fight everything in here. And whether they fight even, you're right about one thing, Carlos. He doesn't seem to have the power that Alvarado has inside either.
No, it doesn't because he's standing squared off. And you can't get any leverage or shoulder movement when you're punching that way. And look at Alvarado. He's just, oh.
And Rios knows that he's in a war now. And you hear the crowd starting to chant Rios, Rios. But it's Alvarado who won the first minute of this round again. Wow. I mean, you're right about you can't be taking this many punches. Look at the shots. And Alvarado goes, hey, what do I have to hit this guy with to make him go?
I think Alvarado is ready for this. He said it in the interview. He's ready to go 10 toe-to-toe. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Rios is right in one instance that he fights best on the inside. He does. But you talked about power that I think that Alvarado, because the amount of times that he's hit him, has really sapped him with that power that he had in the first couple rounds of the fight. Oh, it's a little over a minute to go, and we see Alvarado has started to come inside. Now when he backs off, he lands more clean, crisp punches. Rios is hitting him all right, but with shots that don't matter. They're not heavy.
I mean, I think he's hoping that, oh, there's another right hand.
Every time that you expect Brandon to start opening up, all of a sudden this guy comes back and blasts him with shots. Jeez, this is something else. And Alvarado gets nicked. 30 seconds to go in the round. And this is where Alvarado has to continue to control it, where Rios picks up as he works to the inside. Uppercut by Alvarado. What a war this is, folks. If you thought it was hype before the fight, you don't need me to tell you. You're seeing it firsthand. 10 seconds to go in the 6th round. Pier 6 are all the way. The bell ends a really good 6th round. Here we go, round number 7. Third man in charge of the ring, Pat Russell, doing a great job refereeing this fight. Although there's not much to do, they just go toe-to-toe.
Yeah, I saw Pat in the dressing room before. I told him all you got to do is lay on the ropes and watch.
That's right. Look at it again. It starts off from the outside. Mike Alvarado doing an excellent job of boxing this very, very tough kid from Oxnard, California, and Brandon Rios. Brandon just loves this, but he's got to start landing more punches, and he's trying to. That head in there. That's a nice move for him, too, to get his head in on the left ear of Alvarado, then step back and throw his right hand. When he does it, he can land the shot.
Well, he also took a little half step to his left and threw that left hook that almost landed. So that was a good move. That's what he's going to have to do. Use angles, don't walk straight in.
But watch Brandon, when he's off the right ear, he's open to get counter punches. When he's off the left ear, he's got a clean shot to land that right hand, like right now. He can get the position off the left shoulder of Alvarado, but Alvarado didn't stop throwing punches. Brandon comes in with his head down. He just wants to brawl.
Mike Alvarado's doing a great job. You know,
great job of boxing.
He's boxing this round, so he's kind of mixing it up. He boxes, and then he goes inside and goes to war. And I think that Brandon Rios is going to have to make an adjustment. He's not doing anything except walking in.
He hasn't adjusted at all. He's strictly doing what he said he would do, making a war on the inside. But there, he lands a big right hand, a nice left hook, and this ignites him. Look at that. And the right hand staggers Alvarado. He's hurt him. Alvarado's there with the right hand. He's out on his feet. Pat Russell looks like he's going to stop the fight. And he does. It's all over.
Oh, you're good, Mike. You're good. I know, Mike. Just stay right there.
Alvarado having 3 terrific rounds in a row. And all of a sudden, Rios nails him with a shot and ends the fight. He knocks him out. At least the TKO version in the 7th round. One of our tweeters said it would be a 7th round knockout for Rios. Hey, I stand corrected. You're right, kid.
It was unbelievable that, you know, he that's what he was trying to do. Just grind it out and land something big, and he did. I thought that Alvarado was boxing well enough that he was going to be able to. I just thought boxing and out hustled him, but he caught a great right hand right there, and he was done.
There didn't seem to be any complaints from the corner of Alvarado, but I can't see them right now. The Team Rios is celebrating so much. Robert Garcia is thrilled, and see, he's not complaining as you take a look at this shot as Rios continues to celebrate. What a victory for him. Things weren't looking good for him. But his career, he took a lot of shots in this fight.
You know, we were talking to him. He was talking about how people say, you know, I take them when you punch and I don't care. I'm going to have a short career. And I'm telling you, if he continues to fight this way and take that kind of punishment, it's going to be a short career.
Well, I don't care how long short is right now. I just want to see Brandon Rios fight. Man, that was some, you know, Bob Aaron might be right. We're going to see another one of those. What a fight. What a fight. Take a look at the way this thing started going. Alvarado had things that got going his way, landing hellacious uppercuts and right hands. But at no time, Carlos, did he seem to shift them with vicious shots like this.
Not at all. And that's what he said. He said he's going to see who has the better chin. And tonight he proved that he has the better chin than Mike Alvarado. There it is. He hit him kind of behind the ear there. And
but you know, it was that right hand that I was looking for. Remember I was saying if he sneaks off that left shoulder? And that's what he eventually did. Here's Michael Buffer.
If you love boxing, you had to love what just took place in this ring here tonight. After 6.5 rounds of perhaps the greatest fighting you will ever see, it finally comes to an end. 157, round 7. The winner by TKO victory, still undefeated from Oxnard, California, Brandon Rios.
Wow.
Protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck, touch 'em up.
With the evolution of the Nevada State Athletic Commission's replay rules, that means that the review official tonight, Robert Byrd, has the last word on any replay situation, overruling whatever the referee says in the ring. So as part of the new rules, the replay official, the review official will depend on what they see on the replay. And what we saw early on is that left hook from Ivan Baranchyk, which was one of the keys that Tim Bradley said would win him this fight.
Got that lead hand down. The southpaw fighter is not used to the left hook coming at him. Used to the right hand. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the old adage, right? You beat a southpaw with the right hand, but Baranchyk says, I've got a better left hook than a right hand, so let's try to start there. Quick start here for Ivan Baranchyk. We knew that the tank would come forward. They call him the Beast. He's built like a tank, but nonetheless, we see Zepeda looking to engage rather than box early on, and that's a great thing for Baranchyk.
Well, Baranchyk right now is physically strong. You can just tell, look at how wide his back is, strong legs, landing some big shots early, finding his mark. Now you're seeing Zepeda settling down now, picking his shots from the outside with the jab, but he can't allow Baranchyk just to maul himself inside that easily. Got to give him something to look at.
Oh, another leaping left hook from Ivan Baranchyk. You talked about the angles that he needed to use, and so far, I think he's surprising Zepeda early on.
With that left hook.
Yep.
You know, it's early on. Cepeda's strong right now, but if Baranchik keep landing that left hook like that, it's going to do some damage a little bit later in this fight. Oh!
There it is again. Zepeda probably hasn't been hit that clean in his last 2 fights, and there's a right hand, and it's a knockdown.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me.
That's that Russian power right there. That's devastating power right there we're seeing from Baranchik right now.
I must break you, is what I remember, and that's what he was saying. And the left hook to the body from Ivan Baranchik. I mean, he's just relentless here in this first round, but he's under control.
Under control. Whoa.
There it is again, that left hook. This time, Zepeda is able to slip some of it, but this is only the second time that Zepeda's been down in his professional career. The other was a body shot by Carlos Diaz Ramirez in 2018.
Zepeda right now trying to keep his composure. Right now, what he needs to do is he needs to play more defense. You know, when you have a big, strong guy like this.
Oh, and another.
My goodness.
Another shot that puts Zepeda down, although it's there it is.
Listen to me.
6,
Ratchet.
7, 8. Come to me.
Strong.
These shots are so quick and so powerful.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a 10-7 round.
10-7 round already out the gate. He got to climb out that deficit. From the beginning, that's the left hook I was talking about. Great shot right there from Baranchik. I told you guys this was his best punch. You know, we talk about the right hand all the time for a southpaw. The left hook in the right hand. Those 2 punches right there is what gives southpaws problems. They cannot see it coming because of that lead hand. They're used to seeing right hands come their way.
And there's a right hand that, it's a right hand and then the left hook that drops him. That was the first knockdown.
Remember, the right hand and the left hook. The right hand and the left hook to defeat a southpaw.
And there was another knockdown later in the round. So 2 knockdowns for Ivan Baranchik, none very clean. Oh, and now Baranchik goes down. Oh, how's that not a knockdown? Whoa.
He leaped in with a big bomb like that.
And then he got cut.
And you saw Zepeda go underneath it. He was a little bit off balance, but he landed a shot when he turned the corner.
Oh, now Baranchik is mad. That's probably the last thing you want if you're Jose Zepeda, who's fighting this fight in honor of his cousin Huicho, who died in a motorcycle accident in Arizona while he was in training camp. So he's fighting with a heavy heart, but says that's going to take me to the victory. Quick combination there. Now a left hook, and he drops Baranchik.
5, 6, 7, 8.
His legs don't look right. His legs don't look right now.
And Zepeda said, look, I've got 25 knockouts and 32 wins. They're underestimating here, but not a big left hand. Chick is in trouble, and here comes Zepeda pouring it on. And now Zepeda goes down. He gets clipped with the right hook.
Call your family right now. Let them know there's a fight breaking out right now on ESPN Plus.
And that's why this fight was one of the most anticipated fights of the summer. We're trading knockdowns here in round number 2. Zepeda's already been down twice in the first round. You want action? You want action-packed fights at 140? Welcome to Top Rank Boxing on ESPN, baby.
Right,
we got all the 40s. Not the kind that you drink.
No, I don't drink, my friend. Wow.
Zepeda overcommitted. He saw that Baranchik was extremely hurt. His feet were not under him. And this is a war. And I think Baranchik is cut over the left thigh now. We've talked about the cuts from Zepeda. He's used to being cut. He said, that doesn't affect me. But Baranchik, how will he deal with being cut in this fight?
Those legs don't look right from Baranchik right now. His legs, he hasn't recovered his legs yet. They're probably still numb. That's what happens when you get rocked with a big shot. You can't feel your legs, so you're unstable in the ring.
The question is, Zepeda just got dropped after he had Baranchyk in a very bad spot.
But Zepeda looks like he's recovered.
No, but what I'm saying is he reticent to go in there and risk being close to Baranchyk after getting clipped?
He's just trying to snipe him on the way in right now. That's what he's doing. He's sitting back on the back foot right now. He's looking for the straight left hand.
Now, the question is, should it have been 2 knockdowns for Zepeda in this round? Because the first one was ruled a trip.
Oh, my goodness.
This is a war.
Oh!
Sent him pushed back to the ropes and caught him off the bounce. Baranchyk is a beast. Wow. Let's try to piece all this together, Tim. All right, let's go.
Oh my goodness.
With the start of the round. There is, I mean, the guy,
that's a knockdown.
It should have been a knockdown.
That's a knockdown. Baranchyk threw a wide shot, was off balance, got caught with a punch, and went down right on the chin right there.
But that's not an official knockdown.
It should have been. They need to review that.
This is a knockdown.
Boom! Boom! Right on the chin. Zepeda getting a little bit too greedy. That's what you can't do against a puncher. You can't get too greedy. Even when you got him hurt, you can't get too greedy. And that's what happens right here. And he gets clipped with the left hook.
But that's after he had Baranchyk hurt and he had dropped Baranchyk.
Boom.
This was Zepeda going in for the kill.
Oh, my goodness. Did you see his face? How it just grimaced on the way down? Shocking punch right there. Beautiful right hand from Baranchyk, just letting his hands go. He knows he has heavy hands. If you throw the punch, something's going to eventually land.
And now there is a replay review going on here. I believe it's for that first knockdown.
Time in.
And here we go. Time in for round number 3. As Tim said, call your familia, let them know that we have a war on our hands here. Multiple knockdowns already. In terms of power punches landed through 2 rounds, 23-21.
Oh!
At over 40% clip, and here comes the beast, Ivan Baranchyk.
Yeah, but see, Zepeda, where he's making a problem is he's giving him the distance. He's backing out at the wrong time. Stay close, get your head off the line, stay low, and then you won't get hit with those big bombs coming from Baranchyk.
Baranchyk landed a headbutt on Zepeda here early in round 3, but he's coming forward, and every one of his shots seems to be a power punch. Zepeda's landed 3 of 35 jabs, 4 of 24 for Ivan Baranchyk. And here you see that stick from Zepeda. That's where he wants Baranchyk on the end of his punches.
Yes.
And he follows up with that double left hook, and Barancyk's legs once again wobble, but there he goes down again. Oh, man.
5, 6, 7.
Barancyk's in tremendous shape right now. Tremendous shape, how he got up from that quickly.
And now here, Zepeda's like, he's got to protect that 10-8 lead, because last time he got clipped when he tried to finish Baranchyk. But there's a long way to go here in round number 3.
Work out.
Baranchyk is still dangerous. Zepeda better be careful.
But that left hook from Zepeda is powerful. He's got 25 knockouts and 32 wins. But here comes Baranchyk closing the gap. This is a fun fight.
This is a fun fight. Every time Baranchyk throws a shot, I just close my eyes because Zepeda's head is right there, and I just feel like it might fly in my lap.
Until Zepeda catches him, and you see Barancyk's legs do the weeble wobble.
The weeble wobble. You know, both these guys know what's at stake. That's the reason why they're fighting this way. They know what's at stake. They want that world championship opportunity, and they're fighting like it tonight.
There's a counter from Zepeda, who catches Baranchyk coming in. And once again, Baranchyk turns his back. And that's exactly how he got dropped in round number 2, but it wasn't an official knockdown.
Baranchyk has a left and right uppercut. He hasn't used it yet. He may be saving it.
Headbutt.
Work out.
My goodness. Just the physical strength of Baranchyk.
Stop.
Zepeda tying up there as round number 3 comes to a close. Another knockdown. This time it was for Jose Zepeda. An all-action fight here at the MGM Grand Bubble.
Zepeda doing a good job in, you know, keeping his composure even though the knockdowns happen. But right there, he slips underneath, weaves a punch, and comes up shooting.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Yeah.
Boom. Beautiful shot right there. That right there is a championship move right there. Beautiful shot. When you're able to weave and come up with a shot or punch in between as you're weaving, now that's next level stuff right there from Zepeda.
That was a triple left hook from Zepeda. Down and 2 to the head.
Listen, he's like, hey, you hit me hard, I'm gonna hit you harder. Oh my goodness.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Okay.
Round 4 of a scheduled 10-rounder. We've had at least one knockdown in every one of these rounds. Tim Bradley alongside Bernardo Osuna and Mark Kriegel here at the MGM Grand Bubble. And now we're seeing why this was one of the most anticipated fights of the summer. The rib injury derailed the July 7th date, but nonetheless, Baranchyk doesn't look the worst for wear of it.
No, he doesn't. He looks just physically strong, very determined tonight. He's willing to take whatever he needs to take to be able to land. He knows he's the bigger puncher. Ooh. See how he's backing out, giving that distance? Can't do that. Step in, tie up. Don't allow him to work those hands like that from distance.
Quick combination on the inside from Ivan Baranchyk. And that's one of the things. He's bouncing Zepeda off the ropes and trying to catch him coming off. And there you see that big left hook to the back of the head there from Baranchyk that shakes up Zepeda once again.
Yeah, but do you see how strong he is?
Yeah.
Every time Zepeda hit him, he rocks him, yes. But every time Baranchyk throws a punch and lands, I don't care if it's on the shoulder, it moves Zepeda.
Oh, see Baranchyk relentless coming forward. Zepeda's in there, taking a shot. Nice body shot from Jose Zepeda. Then he gets clipped with a short right hand on the inside. This is Rock'em Sock'em Robots, elite level stuff, making Jose Zepeda, for me, the finest boxer at 140 pounds, get into a war, and that's a credit to Baranchyk's relentlessness.
Well, that's credit to that body shot right there is what hurt Baranchyk.
But he just keeps coming. Just big uppercut! Left uppercut from Ivan Baranchyk, and Zepeda's able to take it as he now goes to the body. This is a fun fight. Well, it's fun for me because I'm not in there.
I've been in these type of fights. Ruslan Pavatnikov.
Yeah.
I've been there before. It's how bad you want it in these spots. I don't know how both these men are standing up right now. I really don't.
That's another right to the body from Zepeda. The feet of Baranchyk betray him at certain moments in this fight, and that's what Zepeda has to take advantage of.
He's a power puncher, so he needs to sit down. Oh no, shots, Bo. Nice right hand right there.
Once again, he catches him bouncing off the ropes. Baranchyk is really good at pushing Zepeda back, and when he bounces off that rope, having that right hand waiting for him. Oh, nice counter left from Jose Zepeda, and here we go. Sean says, give me one more, go down, baby. That's another knockdown for Jose Zepeda.
And he gets up quickly.
Oh, man.
7, 8. Okay? Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I got to say, I'm glad I'm not a judge tonight.
He's possessed.
This fight, this is ridiculous what we're seeing from Jose Zepeda and Ivan Baranchyk. Gut check, balance check, heart check. It's only round 4.
I just thank God that I made it here to see this fight. This is unreal. My goodness, beautiful, beautiful precision right there from Zepeda. Let's listen to the shot. Oh, right on the money, right on the kisser, right on the chin. From my favorite camera right there, dog, you see the angle that Zepeda was on when he landed that shot. You can tell that Baranchyk didn't see that punch coming at all. And it landed right on the chin. 5 pounds of pressure, that's all it takes to put a grown man and knock a grown man out. And you see that shot right there? Well, that put Baranchyk on the ground, but you gotta give him credit for getting up as quickly as he did. Unreal.
Knockdowns through 4 rounds. Zepeda's dropped Baranchyk 3 times. Baranchyk started it all off, dropping Zepeda twice in the first round. But at the end of the day, There's another knockdown that could have counted for Zepeda too, as now here comes Baranchyk. Round 5 of a scheduled 10-round fight. Ooh, Baranchyk gets clipped once again with the left. And here comes the combinations and angles from Jose Zepeda. People look at him as a boxer. He said, there's some dog in me.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, he's showing it tonight, and he's fighting. You know, and this is the level, this is the level that I see that Zepeda's on now. He got that from the Ramirez fight. That's the experience that he gained. He said, I didn't do enough in the back end. I'm going to stand my ground this time, and that's what he's doing in spots.
We always ask fighters, because they'll say, oh, what's different? The experience, the experience. He quantified it. He said the fact that Ramirez showed that will down the stretch, he wanted it more, and that's what I gotta do. That's who I have to be, and that's who he is right now, landing that left hook. But Baranchyk continues to be extremely dangerous here in round number 5. This is a gut check type of fight for Jose Zepeda. We talked about him having all the tools to outbox you, but did he have enough to dig deep down and want to be that guy? Tonight, he's being that guy. He's being forced to be that guy by Baranchyk.
Yes,
and that's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. And this is the way you get fans. Many fans don't want to watch you. You got to stand your ground and fight. He's a superior boxer, but he also has punching power. And he's choosing the right spots right now in Zepeda. Choosing the right spots and catching Baranchyk and hurting him.
Now, Baranchyk has got incredible recovery powers and stamina because he's been down, and none of them has been a cheap knockdown.
No, right on the chin, get caught right on the buzzer, and he gets up.
Comes Baranchyk. He's trying to get Zepeda against the ropes.
You know what he's trying to do? He's trying to wear him down. He's trying to get him to that halfway point. He wants Zepeda to doubt himself. If he can make it past there, and if his conditioning can hold up, Zepeda could be in trouble down the stretch.
Whoa, no, it's a big right hand from Baranchyk.
Over there.
And it's a knockdown because the ropes held him up.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, here we go.
All right, so 5 rounds.
Oh my goodness.
More than 5 knockdowns. No knockout yet because these two guys have a heart. Oh! Big left hand! He bends the leg, and this fight is done! What a knockout from Jose Zepeda! John with the big knockout here in the bubble at the MGM Grand. He's #1 in the world in the WBC. What an impressive performance from John Zepeda!
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside MGM Grand, and to everyone watching on ESPN Plus, you have just witnessed the fight of the year. Referee Kenny Bayless calls a stop to this bout at 2 minutes, 50 seconds of round number 5, declaring your winner by knockout. And now the WBC Silver Champion, Jose Chon Zepeda!
That was almost 15 minutes of intense action. It was an epic fight, Tim, and out of respect for Ivan Baranchyk and his condition in the ring, we hadn't shown the replay of just how brutally this fight ended. But Tim, walk us through the finish.
Listen, this is the best fight that I've ever witnessed live, honestly. Beautiful shot right there from Baranchyk. Nice overhand right. He's always dangerous. When you're in the ring with a puncher, especially a determined one to land that big bomb, it's always dangerous for a fighter. You know, and that was a knockdown right there for Baranchyk. He was able to create it. Beautiful shot catching. You know, you see the little angle he was on when he landed that right hand.
And the ropes held him up. That's why it was a knockdown.
And I said, you know, vary that right hand. Vary the right hand. And he did that. He looped it right there on Zepeda. Zepeda never saw it coming. Zepeda stepped back, gave him some distance to land that right hand.
And then after that came the end.
And this is the end right here. Nice little check hook right there after the jab. And then the big boom right on the chin from Zepeda. Check hook, boom, okay. You see the head of Baranchyk. He never saw it coming, but look at the leg right there behind him. But his body collapsed in midair. He was knocked out in midair.
This is what's brutal about it. He's knocked out there. The right leg is completely discombobulated, and then he smacks his head on the canvas at full strength.
This is the best fight that I've ever witnessed live. I've never seen a fight this dramatic live. I've seen them on TV. I had one in 2013. The fighter tonight, Zepeda, will get Fighter of the Year.
If that's possible, Bob, they're really going to have to attain a big high to overcome that announcer's high. But I want to tell you, Lopez is a cardiac kid. He absolutely gives you a heart attack in the corner because he comes out cold, gets dropped, and then watch out because he gets fighting, and Ayala is a fighting machine.
Benny Giorgino, the trainer-manager of Danny Lopez, there in the red shirt. The referee is Carlos Padilla, and we are set to go. Round one for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World. Here we go, Ferdy.
Now, what we've got to watch here right at the beginning is how Ayala is going to handle these bombs that Lopez throws in the beginning and whether Lopez is going to get hit. He gets hit by right hand so easily. Right now, the tentative feeling out period where Lopez is just throwing out a tentative jab, seeing what Ayala is going to do.
Well, Lopez jabbing and Ayala holding his gloves high up in front of his face, trying to protect from the jab. You won't see many clinches, I don't believe, in this fight.
No, indeed. Both of them look like they're wound up to fight tonight. The kid shows no respect whatsoever for Ayala. There's no fear. He's standing in front of the champion, Lopez. Lopez is open very fast he's open very fast. He usually is very cold in the first round.
Well, he has a look of not only determination, but perhaps for a little respect for this guy. Good left to the face by Ayala. Good jab, snap back the face of Red Lopez.
Good action off the ropes by Ayala. Lopez boring in with that, behind that left jab, a good right hand. Ayala's slipping very well, slipping these punches.
Well, Ayala's got to be careful. Lopez is the champion, but he's not showing much respect for Danny Red. The pressure being put on here by the champion as he backs Ayala rather, into a neutral corner, and he wails away at him again, coming in with a right hand. And Ayala countering, missing a right that goes behind the head of Danny Lopez. 1 minute to go, another left jab, snapping the head back of the champion. It's scheduled for 15. There aren't many that think it'll go that far. And they're fighting in the hometown of the challenger, Mike Ayala.
At this point, both men trading evenly, but the aggressiveness of the champion is carrying this round for Lopez.
Oh, a great left hook by Ayala, coming off the ropes, getting out of that, being backed up there by the champion.
Ayala fights beautifully off the ropes. His back goes to the ropes. It doesn't mean he's through, though. He's really getting labored there by the oncoming Lopez. All covered.
Oh, great shots, great shots. Maybe he's got him a little hurt, Freddie.
No, he's fighting off the ropes well, but we're in the final 10 seconds, and the first round will soon be over.
Okay, round two underway. It's scheduled for 15. It's for the WBC Featherweight Champion.
I tell you, Ayala can't keep backing up into these corners if he's going to fight a fight with a champion like Lopez, who can punch that devastating right hand of his.
Well, he's spending a lot of time on the ropes and in the neutral corner, and I don't believe, looking back, that was his strategy that he revealed, at least part of what he did reveal, and certainly he's not going to reveal all of it. But let's see if he continues to go to the neutral corner as he is backing up right now and just sort of planting himself against the ropes.
I don't know what he's waiting for, because Lopez is such a slow starter. I mean, well, if you can catch him cold, you can drop him at the beginning of the round.
Yeah, but that's sometimes a fatal mistake, as we saw last year in '78 in New Orleans with Juan Malvarez. When he dropped him Alvarez dropped him, and that was a mistake because he came right back to knock him out.
Yes, Lopez gets mad once he gets on the
Oh, a great right by another one, a left and a right to the head of Danny Lopez by Ayala. And he's got the feet in San Antonio, the people in San Antonio on their feet.
He's a big favorite here, Ayala. He's fought great fights here, and they know he's capable of that kind of action that comes back and forth.
Also being very effective with the left jab, just pounding away inside.
Oh, what fury in Ayala's punches. He can certainly fight off the ropes.
No question, Ferdy, he's got the respect of the champion because Lopez has landed some very telling and very tough blows to the head of Mike Ayala, but he's standing up. He could go down early. He could be a little nervous, but he isn't. He's just fighting like he's the champion. Another good right to the side of the head of Lopez. And they continue to fight in the neutral corner with Lopez.
Ayala slashing back with that left hand. Red is trying to set a pace of under and over, under and over. There's the under. He's trying to put the over, but the kid won't let him. Ayala will not let him. He keeps fighting back. Two great left hooks by Ayala. Backed up the champion.
But the champion coming right back against the challenger. Once again in the neutral corner. Less than 40 seconds now. We're in round 2. It's scheduled for 15. Oh, and another great left hook. The local fans are up on their feet once again.
And well, they should be. How can they keep this action up for very long? They're just trading punches and trading blows. Some of them landing flush on the jaw, and you don't take many of those from Lopez before you go down. I don't know what kind of a puncher Ayala is, but Lopez is certainly a dynamite puncher.
7 seconds, and we have seen another exciting round. Round 2 about to come to an end. To move into round 4, and there's the bell. Ayala in the yellow trunks, the champion Danny Red Lopez in the red trunks. And once again, that is the famous, very familiar corner that you just saw on the right-hand side of your screen. The neutral corner where Lopez has backed Ayala. Ayala has just felt he should be.
There's a magnet in that corner that draws Ayala. It seems he just goes from one neutral corner to the other.
Well, he must obviously feel comfortable there because no matter what he takes from Lopez, like that left-right combination, he seems to be able to come swinging out. You'll see him come flying out in a minute. He'll take the punches to the head, try to keep his gloves up high, and then bang, a left hook like that. Now he's got Lopez turned around where he was.
And working to the body, which is very, very sensible on the part of Ayala. As you can see, Lopez has got this pencil-thin body, and those shots go all the way back to your backbone when they land just right.
I tell you, I must say, I am impressed with the challenger, Ayala. Only 23 fights, 12 of which were by knockouts and 1 defeat, but he looks much as good as the champion here in the early gold.
He certainly looks as tough as Lopez. They both are trading even punches. Lopez may be the edge because he's punching a lot more, and he's the aggressor. He's backing Ayala up into that neutral corner and into the ropes all the time. But Ayala's fighting back. He certainly made each round questionable.
We are in round 4. It's for the WBC Featherweight Championship. 1.5 minutes to go in round 4. And it's scheduled for 15. Coming to you from the Convention Center in San Antonio, the home of the challenger, Mike Ayala. And certainly the crowd is going to be with him.
Good hooks by Ayala.
Great hook. That was a great, perhaps one of his better punches. And I see Lopez sort of slowed up a little bit.
He's getting some devastating body shots by Ayala, and Ayala's working very, very good. Under, over. But there, Lopez comes right back and pins him into the neutral corner. Again, exchanging leather in the neutral corner, and it's just about even the way they exchange here.
Well, you almost don't need a referee. The referee is Carlos Padilla, but as you can see, his job is not too difficult.
He has no work cut tonight. He can just stand and observe like we are doing and enjoy the fight because these two don't know what a clinch means. They just keep punching.
Oh, great left hook. Another great left hook. And the good shots to the body and back again with a right hand to the right side of the face of Lopez.
Look at the way Ayala's working to the body. In the midst of this feverish action, he just keeps going to the body. And that's going to pay off because that will tire a man out.
Okay, counting down now, less than 10 seconds in round 4, and this has been the best Round 1 and 2 very exciting, and here comes the bell for round 4. A look at the champion, Danny Lopez, and he has his hands full as he talks to his trainer, Benny Giorgino. And here's a replay, Flaherty, of that exciting round 4.
And you see how that hook landed thuddingly on Lopez's jaw, but Lopez keeps counterpunching. Now to the body by Ayala, now up to the head, and then you'll watch him work back into the body. Ayala is really doing a job.
Oh, that's round 4. Round 5 was to follow. The action was very similar as we look at Danny Lopez's wife. And we are now in round 6. It's scheduled for 15. It's for the WBC Featherweight Championship. Danny Lopez, the champion, on your left. Mike Ayala, the challenger, on your right. And once again, Ferdy, they're in the neutral corner.
And back right to that. They don't seem to like the middle of the ring, do they? They just go from one neutral corner to the other. I have Lopez ahead at this point because of his aggressiveness and because of his determination to stalk Ayala and the fairly even exchanges. But Ayala keeps drawing these rounds close. They just keep neck and neck. I don't think Lopez gave Ayala the kind of credit.
Oh, good hooks, good hooks. Follow up with 2 more good left hooks by the challenger Ayala.
Lopez might have taken him a little cheap, and Ayala certainly proving the mistake of taking anybody cheap. He is up here and fighting every minute of every round.
You know, you sometimes think when you get 225-pounders that they got an 18-foot ring that they're going to use it. But these guys, either Lopez, the champion, has been smart enough to cut it down, but there's no dancing. This is just let them fly, and you take your turn, I'll take my turn.
That's what it is, Bob. They're both taking turns, and I must say they're landing devastating. Look at this action by Lopez. Lefts and rights unanswered by Ayala.
We're in round 6.
Now Ayala comes out fighting off the ropes. That's been his pattern. Take all the punishment and then come back. Ayala's really getting set to let fly, but he seems to turn around and put himself back to the ropes. Now, whether that's an experience or just the way that Lopez is turning him, I don't know.
Through 6 rounds, neither fighter has been cut and neither fighter has been down. No knockdowns at this point. And as you can see, this is the way it's been since the opening bell of round 1.
Danny Little Red Lopez applying pressure, constant, unrelenting, never-ending pressure, and Ayala responding well to the pressure by fighting off those ropes again and again. The same pattern is establishing itself.
Less than a minute to go in round 6. Oh, another good left hook. It just sort of grazes, but Danny Lopez, the champion, coming right back and dancing and forcing the challenger across the ring and into a neutral corner where he bangs away at the body, then to the head, sticking out the jab and following with a right cross. Again and again, but Ayala, the challenger, fighting back once again and trying to fight Danny Lopez off the ropes. Trying to tie him up inside. A great left 2 with a right cross and a left hook by the challenger Ayala.
Danny's head snaps back when he gets hit those direct punches, but before that he'd landed 25 unanswered punches, so you'd have to give that edge to Lopez in the corner. I don't know how much Ayala can take of this continuous barrage.
Less than 5 seconds now. An exciting round, and that's it for round 6. Okay, round 7, the bell rings, and out they come again. Lopez, the champion, it's scheduled for 15. We are in round 7 in San Antonio, Texas.
They should change that from a neutral corner to Ayala's corner. That's all he does is gravitate to those 2 corners. There he is again.
You got the great champion, Lopez, a knockout artist. In fact, his first 21 fights in his career were by knockouts. 7 in the first round. He's knocked out 38 of his 40 victories. Tremendous puncher, tremendous champion. Since he won it from David Cote in his country, shows you what a great champion he is when he took that title in 1976.
I don't think Ayala's read his press clippings. He's treating him with almost disdain. He just keeps fighting away. He has not read the clippings, and he wants to get it on with Indian Red from corner to corner. These 2 guys are going at it.
There have been no knockdowns in this fight, and we are now in the first minute of the 7th round. It is a title fight. The hometown boy from San Antonio, Mike Ayala, former Golden Gloves, an AAU champion with a tremendous, impressive amateur record and only 1 loss in 23 fights. In the biggest fight of his life against the champion Danny Lopez from California. Well, the action just slowing up a little bit here, Ferdy.
Yeah, if you can call corner to corner and rope to rope action slow down, it has slowed down. You're right.
After looking at the last round 6 and how furious that was, this, I guess anything would look slow. Here comes the pace again.
I think he heard you, Bob, and got mad. He came back with a good combination that rocked Lopez back, and Lopez backed up. But not for long. Here he comes again. Good action.
Less than a minute now to go in round 7. The champion's on the right. The referee is Carlos Padilla. No knockdowns yet in this fight.
And Padilla has yet to do any kind of work, as you pointed out, Bob.
But tremendous punishment, tremendous punching power by both of these fighters. Standing up on the one hook, the one solid jabs by both. Shots to the body like that hook. And a good straight right coming in by. It did it. The right did, got him, I think, Ferdy.
I think he's worn out by a series of punches more than one, but the right put a period to that sentence.
Here's a look at Danny's wife. And it was 26 seconds when he went down, and he takes a count in an 8 count, and he's back up.
I think he's taken that more from the accumulation of the punches than anything else. But if there's one great thing is that Indian Red is a finisher, and here he goes to the task. Setting him up with that jab, repeated jabs, in and into the right hand.
Okay, and here comes the end of round 7. We're looking at the challenger, Mike Ayala, who just took an 8 count, not a standing, but a sort of a kneeling 8 count. But let's see if we can pick up the punch. There it is, a right hand. And he sort of squints his eyes and drops to one knee.
Let's look at it again slowly. There is a left hand to the body. Now, let's watch. It's a little tiny punch. There's the big one and the right hand. And it's more like an accumulation where he says, let me rest a minute.
I wonder also, Ferdy, he sort of winced. Could he have maybe broken his nose or taken a shot where maybe he got some pain hit him or something?
He could have got it in the eye. A lot of fighters feel that searing pain in the eye and drop for a moment to get them collect themselves. But look at the way Ayala's come back. He's not hurt at all.
We are in round 8. And it's been this kind of action all the way as you're looking. The first minute of round 8, scheduled for 15.
If there's ever been a better closer, and if anybody ever smells blood better than Lopez, I don't know it in the championships outside of Joe Louis, because he knows when his fighter's hurt. But Ayala's coming back fighting. He's like saying that was just a fluke. You know, you're right. He may have broken his nose. It may have been an eye. Something hurt him enough to go down.
Well, he's bleeding, as you can see, kind of profusely from the nose. Is that an indication, Dr. Ferdy Pacheco, that perhaps the nose is broken?
Yeah, when it starts gushing, it's usually broken.
Well, it looks like it's gushing a little bit. Maybe we'll get a look at it a little bit later. But he did go down in the last round, round 7. We are in round 8. But he seems to have survived the knockdown and is back fighting like he has, or was, for the first 7 rounds up until Ayala was knocked down by the champion, Danny Lopez, in the red trunks.
He's almost fighting better, except for his going back to that corner. He seems to have been stung into activity.
It's amazing how Lopez just stands right in front of you, and he just doesn't give you a chance to catch your breath almost.
You really can't get away from Indian Red. He's Little Red. He's there. Look at that combination by Ayala. It looks like Ayala is starting to really score on Lopez.
Well, some guys get that, smell that blood. There's a great combination. Look at that, 2-3. Perhaps the best we've seen.
Ayala scoring the best he's seen of the fight. He has turned this fight around in this round. When he should have been going down, he is coming up with a great round. But look at Lopez, so determined, following him back to the corner. No rest for the weary. But Lopez, when he gets hit, his head goes back. It really looks like he's been thundered. Look at that.
I've got to say this, Ferdy, that we are past the middle of this fight. And with 1 minute to go here in round 8, and there's no question it's still anybody's fight. I would think you would agree with that.
Oh, yeah. It is still anybody's fight, especially the way Ayala's fighting. And the way he's connecting, and the way Lopez is taking everything he's throwing.
I think one of the amazing things you notice about this, with all these tremendous punches, solid landing punches, that neither fighter has even shown signs of being hurt or wobbly, except for, of course, the one 8 count, standing or kneeling 8 count that Ayala took.
I would give this round to Ayala in spite of the fact that Lopez has done some great fighting in this round because of his guts, and he has almost intimidated him with his punching. We're almost coming to the end of the round, and Ayala is still punching away.
It's scheduled for 15, and less than 10 seconds remaining now in the 8th round. And as 8th round comes to an end, the two still battling in the center of the ring. Round 9 is underway, for the featherweight championship of the world. It's scheduled for 15, remember, and it's been a whale of a battle through 8 rounds. Ayala on the left in yellow, champion Lopez in red on the right. And that's the challenger, taking the fight to Lopez with combinations to the head. Not much body punching in this fight, but enough to be effective for both fighters.
Well, he did all that in the beginning rounds. When he was taking a shellacking to the head, Ayala was doing his homework to the body. Now he's going to collect his dues. I'll say one thing. The last 2 rounds have seen Ayala connecting furiously with the champion, just like that hook right there. Flush on the jaw of the champion.
But Lopez, being the great champion that he is, Ferdy, just sustaining all those punches and just moving forward. The harder he gets hit, the more he seems to move towards his opponent.
I think Danny Lopez has been one of the great featherweight champions of the time. He's demonstrated tremendous ability to take punches. That was a great example right there. Good right hand to the jaw. Nothing deters him. He keeps coming back. He is a great champion, but he's facing a great challenger in Ayala. I don't think you can ask for better championship action than this.
This is round 9, and it's been what you're seeing is what it's been for the previous 8.5 rounds as we reach the midway point of round 9. The referee, Carlos Padilla, has had very little, we've been commenting, very little to do in this fight. He's been more or less a spectator like the rest of us. He's probably had to separate him only once or twice the entire fight to this point.
You know, Bob, I can't remember one clinch in this fight. All I can remember is this. Back and forth, trading away, and neither one of them giving ground.
I don't think he's even had to touch them. Perhaps just say a few words to him, and that's about as, and probably that was unnecessary as it was. 1 minute to go. We are in round 9. And it's for the featherweight championship of the world. Mike Ayala in yellow trying to take it away from the great champion, a knockout artist, Danny Lopez from California. Ayala fighting in his hometown. The first ever championship fight held in San Antonio, Texas, and it's a beauty.
Game and gritty. Ayala is back in the corner. This time he's not in the neutral corner for a change. And he fights Lopez back and into the ropes. I can't believe how he can fight Lopez back out when he wants to. How can he fight with that kind of pain that he must be enduring, getting hit right on the nose?
Well, you can see Ayala, the nose is taking a beating because you can see the blood still continuing since it has from a round ago. And whether or not the nose is broken, only time will tell. Okay, 8 seconds. A great right hand by Ayala as round 9 is coming to an end. Okay, the challenger, Mike Ayala, coming out. It's the round 10 about to get underway. It is underway. This is Bob Halloran, along with Dr. Ferdy Pacheco. This has been a great fight. One of the great featherweight fights perhaps will go down when it's all over that they've ever held. In fact, this is the first time since '61 that 2 Americans have fought for the featherweight championship of the world. And that is the champion in the red trunks, Danny Lopez, and a determined, gutsy, tough challenger, Mike Ayala, fighting in his hometown of San Antonio, Texas.
Ayala giving his fans everything they could ask for. You certainly couldn't ask for more in a championship match. How Little Red overcame that right hand, I'll never know, but he had 60 seconds to overcome everything, and he seems to be fighting well, although he's still getting hit by that right hand that Ayala throws with such ferocity. Ayala's really throwing bombs. He is throwing with great authority. But in front of him is Lopez, pecking away, pushing away, never stopping his punching action.
Well, the effective jab of Lopez somewhat keeps Ayala off balance, but not for long, because just like that, with an uppercut, and follows it with a left hook that comes across the chin of the champion Lopez.
He's throwing everything. Hooks, uppercuts, body shots. Ayala's pressing and relentless. But there you go again. As soon as he seems to be having the upper hand, here comes Lopez with that pecking jab, backing him up into the corner, waiting for that one pot shot that may spell the end of Mike Ayala. There it was, but it didn't land. And here comes Ayala. Again, Ayala out of the corner. Back and forth the action. The action's ebbing and flowing here at such a speed from corner to corner.
We're in round 10. There has been one knockdown. That came in the 7th round. And Ayala took a good right hand and went down for an 8 count from the champion. But this, what you see right here, this exchange of punches. Now Lopez on the offensive. Backing up the challenger, Mike Ayala, as the blood continues to flow from the nose of the challenger.
Lopez measuring, looking for it, thinking, where's the combination? Where's that moment that I can land that right hand is going to end this thing?
Less than a minute to go in round 10. You see it, 43, 42 seconds and counting down. It's been a classic.
Boy, what energy Mike Ayala has.
You sit and watch this, Ferdy, and you wonder what keeps these two guys up. How can they take this punishment round after round through now 10 rounds and not really go down, not really get hurt, not get stunned, not the legs begin to buckle.
What beautiful series of combinations by Ayala driving Lopez across. Under, over. What beautiful work.
13, 12 seconds. Another great round for the featherweight championship of the world. Danny Red Lopez in the red, and the challenger in the corner as round 10 is about to come to an end. Okay, round 11 underway in San Antonio, Texas. It's scheduled for 15. There has been one knockdown. A tremendous fight from the convention center in the hometown of the challenger. Thus far, just a knockdown, the 8 count taken by Ayala, the challenger, in round 7. But what you're seeing is what has been happening here in this featherweight title fight and defense by the champion in the red trunks, Danny Lopez. It has been fast, it has been tough, it has been devastating.
And the story of this fight's been Ayala's inability to accept the fact that Lopez is a much superior fighter. He just won't accept it, and therefore he's drawn close. Sometimes ignorance is a great lesson.
I keep saying, how do these fighters stay up, Dr. Pacheco? Why don't they go, oh, a great, looked like a left hook.
And that one was a knockdown where he went down from a devastating
There's
punch.
Carlos Padilla taking the count, calls him out. That's it, the fight is over.
What did he call him out for? He didn't count to 10. That was not a 10 count.
There it is.
Now
wait a minute, hold everything. What has happened here, Freddie?
It seems like it's a curious...
well, there seems to be some confusion. Is the fight over or isn't it over?
It's an inability of the referee, apparently, to take and make a clarification. No one is really sure whether it's over or not.
Well, it looked like Ayala got up.
It looked like he beat the count. Now there's an argument going on. In the meantime, all right, now the referee's coming back. Now Padilla's back in. He's explaining something. It doesn't seem to be to Lopez's satisfaction.
Wait a minute. It looks like, and I think that came only in about the first 30 or 40 seconds. So he's talking to Benny Giorgino, Lopez's, and it looks like they're going to fight again. So the fight is not over.
Well,
they're going back.
That's a great oddity. That seemed to be an inability of the referee to make this
now what is happening?
Now what is this?
It can't be the end of the round because the knockdown came in the early seconds of the round.
He has as yet. He got up. He just said it. He got up before the count. Giorgino's understandably very upset and mad about the whole thing. It's given the other fighter time to recuperate.
Well, he's calling it the end of the round, and this is the shortest round in the history of professional boxing where both fighters still on their feet.
There's Jackie McCoy in the corner taking out his mouthpiece. They've accepted the fact that it's the end of the round. That certainly is curious. No explanation has been made to the public. The public is understandably upset, as is everyone watching this fight.
There had to be at least 2 minutes left in that round.
Well, let's take a look at the knockdown a minute.
Left.
A nice left hook. But now the key would be, did he count him out? Did he count to 10? If he didn't, there was no reason to stop the fight since Mike Ayala got up and was in good shape to continue to fight. Let's look at it again. First, there it was. It seemed to be a fake of the left hand and then crunching left hook, which knocked him right down. And now they signal the beginning, and I suppose this is the beginning of the next round. Nothing has been made clear.
Okay, this is round 12. And we're as confused as everybody else is, and perhaps later the referee, Carlos Padilla, will explain himself and exactly what happened. Maybe there was a mix-up between the referee and picking up the count from the timekeeper. That has occurred in other fights.
Well, Ayala certainly got a momentary reprieve from the governor, but I do not think that it's going to last long because Indian Red feels it in his blood. He now is going to dominate this kid, and Ayala can only fight back now and keep away a determined champion.
Well, I think the champion, Danny Lopez, senses that perhaps he has a chance to end it here, but it's not going to be done that easily. As you can see, the challenger, despite going down, and there have been 2 knockdowns now. That one we just saw in the last round, round 11, and now and also the one back in round 7.
Ayala doesn't seem to be affected by the knockdown, does he, Bob? He's fighting just like he did before the knockdown.
So Danny Lopez had his 41st victory and his another successful title defense just taken away in round 11. It'll be a terrible thing if he goes on and perhaps gets decked by Ayala. There'll be such controversy. I wouldn't want to be a part of it.
I wouldn't want to be in the stadium. But it's entirely possible. But right now, Lopez is dominating. He is really going to town on Ayala. I don't know how much more of this kind of punishment he can take. He is definitely, look at that. That is a battering ram that's hitting Ayala right now. Ayala must do some fighting to try to keep him off. He must throw something. He's not throwing anything, he's just receiving. Now he's going back to the attack a little bit.
And he continues to bleed, Ayala does, from the nose, but he continues to punch. And there's a lot of blood that's splattered over the arms and the shoulders and the back of the champion, Danny Lopez, all coming from the nose of the challenger, who continues to stick his nose right into the gloves of Danny Lopez. 1 minute to go. We are in round 12. And it's scheduled for 15, and of course it is for the featherweight championship of the world.
Oh, devastating punishment by Lopez. Lopez is really getting off. I don't know how much Ayala can take of this, but nobody can take the kind of punishment that Lopez is dishing out. And he's fighting back, though. Just when you think that you can write off the kid, he comes fighting back.
Less than 30 seconds in round 12. That's the challenger on the left and the champion on the right. In fact, there's the first time Padilla, I think, had to touch these fighters. Gave a little pat on the back and said, let's go to it, and that was totally unnecessary.
Yes, it was. Redundant. He looks like he's going to make it to the end of the round as we come up to 10 seconds.
Another great round in this featherweight title fight from San Antonio, Texas. Perhaps what happened, Ferdy, is that the timekeeper and the referee were so confused that maybe they lost track that there was a minute left in the round. Okay, we move into round 13. It's scheduled still for 15. And this fight has had a little bit of everything. Not only the punching power and the action, the exciting action between Mike Ayala on the right and Lopez now on the ropes, the champion, but just about everything that's happened in any fight has happened in this fight.
And Ayala, whom I keep calling the kid because he looks so young, it's just been an absolute example of grit and determination and courage. But right now he looks like a guy that's in a shack under an overhanging avalanche waiting for the mountain to fall on him, which is what's going to happen to him if he keeps fighting this way. He just doesn't have the tools to keep as great a champion as Lopez off of him. And it's impossible to stop fighting, so he continues to fight as hard as he can, hoping for a knockout.
Well, I think, judging from our unofficial cards, that perhaps the champion has a slight edge here, but it is close, and anything can still happen. 2 knockdowns in the fight, in the 7th, and as you saw, the controversial one in the 11th round. Both fighters still in good shape. Ayala still continuing to bleed from the nose as he has for about the last 5 or 6 rounds, but continuing to flare away and fight back against the champion, Danny Lopez. But as you said, Ferdy, the question is, he's been down twice. If the nose is hurt, if the nose is broken, and that's what's been causing the blood, is it going to take one other good shot? Is he going to go down, and is he going to stay down? Is the referee, Carlos Padilla, going to say he's had enough? But at this point, he can't say that, because as much as punishment as Ayala, the challenger, takes, he continues to fight back. And as long as you can defend yourself and you can fight back, the fight will go on.
As long as he has a chance to land a haymaker and a lucky punch, the fight has to continue. But I must say that Lopez has really stepped up the pace in the last 3 or 4 rounds.
Less than a minute to go now in round 13. This is for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World, and still the outcome can go either way. To the champion, Danny Lopez, on the left of your screen, to the mighty challenger from San Antonio, Mike Ayala, in the yellow trunks. Now on the left, forcing Lopez back into the neutral corner where he has spent most of the previous 12-13 rounds. Tremendous right there, fighting back by the challenger. Determination, 200% plus.
He just won't be beat. He just will not quit. No matter what kind of punishment he takes, he's always got an extra charge to come back. And it's that kind of guts and determination is making this a great fight.
Okay, the countdown goes on. You see it. 14, 13, 12 seconds. Round 13 about to come to an end. It's been exciting. It's been like this all the way. The challenger on the ropes, the champion pressing on. On his feet, the challenger is round 14. The bell sounds, and here we go. Still scheduled for 15. It's for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World. Will it go the distance? Ayala, the challenger, has been down in round 7. Again in round 11.
I think the question now becomes, can Ayala survive this machine? Can he survive, and can he land that one punch that'll get him into the absolute glory land of the championship? He's not going to quit until he gets a final answer, and we go back to the action.
I tell you, look, Ferdy, at the champion as he pounds away here now, and the challenger trying to slip punches as he's... Oh, and he's down again. And up quickly. Was that a slip?
Yes, that was a slip. That was not a punch there. I noticed Padilla didn't look at the timekeeper that time.
We're in round 14.
I think the timekeeper is out trying to slash his wrist.
We look at the champion, and Lopez has been a great champion. His record speaks for itself. But he's expressionless. He just he doesn't look like he looks as fresh as he did when he started this fight.
The discouraging thing is the piston-like way that he can let those hands come out. Now, we have seen a lot of fighting right now, and yet he is still punching with the same authority that he had in the first round. That is really disconcerting. It's just almost impossible to think that he can punch with that kind of sharpness and freshness in this late round.
Most of the opponents, the challengers to his featherweight championship of Lopez, they've gone down under this punishment. I'm sure he has by now certainly tremendous respect for this young challenger who's only been in 23 bouts, but with a very outstanding amateur career. But he's probably wondering what is holding this guy up. I mean, they don't stay around this long usually for the champion Lopez.
Well, Lopez is back in his favorite corner, and I must say he is really teeing off. This round is just organized mayhem here. He's just conducting himself like a fighting machine. And Ayala just got in a stiff left hand just then. Ayala can turn it around with a punch, but he has not been able to. He's landed some blockbusters, but he has not been able to. Lopez expressionless, motionless, machine-like, coming on. Ayala fighting out of desperation now. That's all he's got left is desperation. We're coming into the end of the round, and yet he backs himself up into the corner. He just can't get out of those corners. That's been the history of this fight. That corner and the other corner has cost him heavily.
This is round 14. Remember, since Lopez won the title in '76, that was the last time he went 15 rounds, and this certainly looks like the bell is going to answer. They're both going to answer the bell for the 15th round as we go into less than 20 seconds in 14th round with the action still hot and heavy, and the challenger still pressing on with being aggressive, and Lopez standing back, still jabbing, still punching, and that is it. The final seconds of round 14. Okay, here we go to look at the crowd, and they are going to be on their feet because this is the 15th and final round for the Featherweight Championship of the World. Will it be the champion, Danny Lopez, on the left, or the challenger, the gutsy challenger, determined, tough little Mike Ayala from San Antonio, Texas, as Lopez continues to put the pressure on, standing in front of the challenger, but the challenger like that, fighting back, sticking a left, and then following with the right, bullying him almost around, knowing that perhaps Mike Ayala, if he is to win the first ever featherweight championship held in San Antonio, Texas, his hometown, he must put Danny Lopez on the canvas.
And right now, Danny is not lighting up. He is not just content to go to 15. He wants to knock Mike Ayala out.
Oh, a devastating right hand.
A devastating right hand.
Another one. And the challenger goes down from 2 successive devastating right hands. And 30, I don't think Padilla is going to have any controversy as we look at the champion that he is going to get up. No, it's over. It's over. So Danny Red Lopez has successfully defended his WBC Featherweight Championship. And that's his wife. She's happy, and so is all the fans in San Antonio as we look at Mike Ayala and the champion being raised on the shoulders of his manager, Benny Giorgino.
Winner and still featherweight champion of the world!
Well, there you you heard it, 1 minute 9 seconds of the final round, the 15th round being hoisted. Still a WBC champion, Danny Lopez.